Hi, welcome back to the channel, FIFA Mobile. Alright, finally reached the next level of our 700 million milestone, and of course going to share with you my progress in the Serie A TOTS. Alright, for now, this is one of the players I got for sure. It's a good player, 109. So this is really lucky, getting it from a Serie A itself. So in other words, sometimes depends on luck. You may get a 103. So in terms of the 109, let's see what we can do further with TOTS as well as the foundation exchanges. So in the foundation exchanges, it's basically only tradable players. You can put in there to do so-called lucky draw, I'll call it, between 3.4 million to 6 million. But before that, always do check the price of what you can fetch from the market. So if you ask me, would it be good to put in this player? I'll say go ahead, because it's roughly about the same price on the market. So you can go ahead and try your luck. Who knows, you may strike the jackpot and get double of about 6.8 million. So let's try and take a look what happens here once I put in this player. Alright, so yes, I'm being cheated. So that's 3.4 million. I'm not going to give up. These two players, you can't sell in the market because there's so many people selling. So I'm just going to try it out to hunt for another player that we can buy from a market and put in the exchange. So apparently this player seems to be the cheapest. You think it's worthwhile to buy and try the lucky draw? Yep, in my opinion, probably. But again, since I have two more, I'm just going to use the other two that we can't be sold because there's so many people selling. So it's good. Who knows, get better off that. All right, not too bad. We got 5.1. So I said this is a lucky draw. Sometimes you get a base, sometimes you get more. So of course, we managed to get another milestone player here. The 15 numbers of skill games or UCL itself. I mean, you can play skill games or matches or whatnot, so that unlocks it. So again, this video is about making money, so I'm going to show you a lot of exchanges where to get money from. So apparently, if you have players, just try your luck to put them in, and let's see whether you can get more rather than the base. But looking at all the exchanges in this foundation, I don't see any of my players that's eligible because most of them are not tradable. But once I found them, I'll normally do a comparison of the price in the market as well as the price you can get from the foundation itself. Then you do a comparison what's better for you. Again, all this is quite tedious. You're going to go back and forth. So like this two 106 players. So we're going to hunt for this two 106 players right now to make sure we get the right ones. So we're going to select even the positions, the CAM and ALW. So with that, let's see. So I don't think it's necessary to put it there because eventually you're not getting as much. So let's do a comparison again against my players. You can see here 3.9 million and this is 1.9. So you can see the huge difference in terms of prices, although both are of the same OVR. I would rather you do some comparison in that context and you see what's best for you. Generally, do not just think that once the player is available to be placed into the foundation exchange, you go ahead and do it because you may be losing a big amount of coins because they may be fetching a better price in the market itself. So whenever I have a players, I always do this. You can see, all right, these two players are indeed in demand. So if you put into the exchanges, you'll be burning away cards that are in demand. So this do not really fetch that high. It's about 2.5 to 5 million. But if you sell in the market, you do remember there's a 10% tax. So if you sell this in a player in the market, it's not worth it because it's 2.6. And after tax, you'll be losing out. I'd rather put them into the exchange itself. All right. So this is some thoughts you gotta think about eventually when you whether you want to go ahead to get players from the market to put it in. For me, I don't think that's good because you'll be just wasting a lot of coins unnecessarily. Thinking aloud now that there are already a lot of the 110, they're really cheap. If you go on doing this, which means you couldn't getting 108 out of this, and when you work on the 109, and before you unlock that 110, I think you'll be wasting a lot of players. So unless you really have those players ready, do not buy players and put it into the exchange itself. All right. So we got a 109 here. Let's check out the 110. You got six numbers of it. Then by all means, you can try the 110. But if you can sell the 109 player in the market itself, then go ahead, because that's more, I think, beneficiary in terms of gaining more coins. And if another way is to look at the foundation exchange that we saw earlier, whether the 106 or 109 player can be placed there, and you can get a better place. And of course, the only difference is that most of these are untradeable cards. So the only way for you to get money out of the um, exchange foundation ones is tradable cards. So for non-tradable cards, I'll just throw him to the exchange to get out a tradable cards in return. So this is what I meant by converting untradable to tradable, and then getting some coins out of it. That generally, I think this exchange is the amount that kind of allows me to gain up to 700 million, because you got to do a lot of research in terms of comparing between three things, among the three things, which is the market, which is the best price you can get for tradable cards, vis-a-vis the exchange and the foundation. We compare which is better, and then you're going to compare also in the text that you get another player of higher tier will be better off compared to the amount that you can get by selling the lower tier player itself. So these are the things you really work out, and with that, then you get to maximize your profit itself. Okay, so here we have a lots of foundations, as I said, but some are really in luck or not. So if you go ahead and do this, use 4.7 as a base. All right, so you just compare it. Are you able to get that player for more? 4.7. Oh, more than that. So you should actually sell in the market for this player, because with that you get 10 over million. So putting that player in the foundation is a total loss. So never put that in the foundation exchange, because maximum is 9.4, but you're getting about 13 million. Even your less of tax is still better off, right? So just remember this in terms of work you got to work on, and then eventually get a maximized return. Right, so for this I'm definitely going to sell it for 13.7, and that getting you back about 12 million or so. So definitely much better. Of course, then you'll be thinking whether she be doing the 110. Yet I said, if you could get the 110, how much is that going to fetch you? Again, if you just 109 player, you can just get it 13 million. Why not go ahead and do that? All right, so these are the comparison I always do. For me, my advice is try to get rid of players that can sell right now, because gradually more and more players will be out to the markets, and OVR will be going higher and higher. Even the 106 or 109 player will be worthless then. So definitely you need to sell and act fast, and with that you'll be able to choke up to more of your savings. Why am I saving up so much, about 700 million right now? You can see it's because as we progress further, players' price will dropped, and now you may find that the 111 or the 112 players at the range roughly, I will say, 100 odd million. There are some cheaper ones, about 90 million. That's the cheapest you can find. Of course, as low as 89 million. But if you look at a 111, it's dropped to about 30 million. Yes, I think it's fair price, I would say. But you asked me whether to put in 30 million for a player. My guess is still no, because it's just a 111, just one OVR above my 110. Why would I spend 30 million on that? I'd rather save it up, because eventually, when maybe a couple of weeks or so, when the whole thing events over, by then we may get even the same price of 30 million for a 112 or even 113. By then you can see really a huge increase in terms of your team OVR, because just one OVR difference, it doesn't make a difference in terms of team OVR itself. So again, I'm trying to now unlock more players from this Serie A, because now it's precious. As along you progress further, the price of the players get diminished. So this is what I'm trying to do right now, is basically to get max out of the Serie A players, because they are rare right now. Like I said, you progress further, become more common, and the price will just diminish, and people are making a profit out of it. Okay, so yes, it's a bit wasteful because it's too of those previous leaked coins tokens for a one. So that's your choice. But for me, I'm trying to maximize my profit. All right, thank you for watching. Do like and subscribe. Goodbye.